Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog and happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, May 9th, 2017. And I'm about to get in the shower because I have to head out for a client meeting and I just sprayed a bunch of paintings and I feel like the spray sealant is like sitting on my skin. So I'm like, oh, definitely need to like rinse this off. But I've been working here in the studio today. Lots of contracts, lots of emails, not so much painting so far. But I did make these. Oh boy, we got some high exposure. There we go. I did make a bunch of these, which are the backing cards for the new pin, which by the time you're watching this is now live. You saw it in yesterday's vlog. I will show it to you in case you missed that vlog. This is the Sweet Saguaro pin, which is the sister pin to the Technicolor Saguaro that we've got, that's rainbow. And this is my all pink version, which I also have as a print. That's what inspired it. So this one's now live in the shop. So exciting. And you saw all that product photography happen. I gave that painting another coat of sealant that you saw yesterday. And this baby just got her second coat and she is drying. I don't know if you guys have seen it with the blue added. We were just on purple before, but now we've got some blue. This will get delivered this week. And the package I'm delivering is all of these pins. Oh, now I can show you that packaging. So there it is, all packaged. And this order has 4 different designs in it. And we're now up to 5 pin designs total, which is so exciting. I am leaving Cartel now. I met up a while ago with my customer, who actually happens to be someone that I played softball with for quite a few years when I was in high school. So that's really fun. She's going on an exchange trip to Mexico and is going to use my pins as gifts. So that was really fun. And then I had a nice tea, got a little bit over an hour of work done. I'm heading home now so that my mom and I can go on our Tuesday afternoon walk. And then usually on Tuesdays, Jake hangs out with his friend Brian and I make Tuesday a work night, which is cool because I have found as much as I try not to, I usually need at least one evening to extend and work. And it works well because I get the break of like going on the walk. So that's very nice. Why am I out of breath? My asthma's been really bad. All right, let's go home. All right, I'm currently stuck in standstill traffic. This might be some of the worst traffic I've ever experienced in Arizona. I'm on Rio Salado in Tempe and there's no way out because I'm like next to the football stadium on one side and the State Farm buildings and apartments on the other side. So I'm literally just sitting here, just sitting. But in an effort to be productive, I thought we could answer one of your questions. So let me find one. Okay, this is a good question. It's a little bit abstract, like I don't have a specific answer for it. But someone asked, what would be your advice for someone who wants to turn their art into a business? I've been thinking about it for quite some time, but sometimes it becomes overwhelming and I get so worried about it that I stop focusing on my art. Okay, so it breaks my heart to hear that someone is so held back by business that they stop making art. I will admit that a lot of times I get so busy with the business side of things, like, you know, contracts and emails and fulfilling orders, that I don't make time for the art, which I'm always working on. There's always gonna be a couple days though where you just can't make art, but to be so concerned about making the art into a business that you're not making the art really hurts me to hear. So this is what I would say. So I don't know if you guys know how I got started, but I used to only do primarily skateboard art. So I did my own designs on skate decks, but I did a lot of custom work and I put it on Etsy. I was just like, let's try this. But my end goal was never to be a full-time artist. It never even crossed my mind that that was a possibility. At the time I was in architecture school and that was the goal I was focused on. And not that you can't have being a full-time artist be your end goal. What I'm trying to say is I was not trying to make my art my primary source of income. It was fun. It was just for fun, and it all kind of fell in place that it became my job years later. So I opened my Etsy shop in 2012 when I was a sophomore in college, and it wasn't my full-time job until 2016. So put that into perspective, it's a long time. I wasn't putting all of my energy into it, of course, like maybe it could have become my job sooner, but those 4 years were really crucial because it gave me the time and space to figure out what my style was, what my passion was, what I wanted to be spending my time doing, which eventually, as you guys know, evolved out of skateboard art. But the reason I had the Etsy shop was not even to make money. The reason was, well, first of all, I wanted just to be able to buy art supplies. So if I like made a painting and supplies cost me $20 and I made like 45 or 50 bucks off the skateboard, like that was good for me. I way undercharged for a long time. That's a different story. But like if I made like 25 bucks to buy the next skateboard and the next like batch of paint, I was good. Like that was cool with me. So that was the one motivator, and then the other motivator was like I just wanted to move the skateboard so that I could make more, because eventually you don't want like 50 skateboards in your house, and by selling them I could make more. So I was just getting them out into new homes, plus sharing them was cool. It all factors in, but a lot of it was simply the joy of me being able to make the art, you know? Like I was like, I get to make this painting, I get to sell it, I get to start a new one. Like that was the cool part. And I didn't know very much about profit margin or anything at the time. I was just like so excited to be doing what I was doing. So I would encourage someone who like wants to turn art into a business to keep that excitement and passion alive for as long as possible and let the business side flow naturally. And kind of build your profits and raise your pricing over time as your demand increases, which is pretty standard with business. But I had so much time and room and freedom to experiment because I wasn't relying on it to be my income. Basically, when you're just starting out, let's say your cost of living or like what you want to make or what you want to match from your other job is like $3 grand a month. Let's just say that. Like the pressure of trying to make $3 grand happen out of nowhere without having built up any social media or built up any kind of referrals or audience or local shows or wholesale clients or galleries or anything like that, going from like 0 to 3,000 through all your art and your creativity, which is your passion, is so stressful and paralyzing that I would really encourage you to make it a slow build. And I say slow build, which is like a very popular phrase right now. Like Gary Vee talks about this a lot. Okay, I didn't get to finish that clip because the traffic let up finally. Came home and went on the walk with my mom. So I wanted to finish my train of thought, which was basically Gary Vee talks about this. He talks about how there's no such thing as overnight success. It's all about the slow build, which I'm a firm believer in. And if you read like anyone's story, I'm not trying to like put myself in this category, but if you read like anyone's successful story, like listen to the podcast How I Built This, and you'll hear that like everyone's business was like a slow build. Like Kate Spade, Kendra Scott, like it was like very slow. So all of that to say that I would go into the mentality of starting an art business as a slow build and enjoy it and put out your best work. Of course, forever, but put it out before you worry about the financial part, and that should help a lot. You know, I know some people get discovered on Tumblr all of a sudden, or they go viral, and that's awesome, but that is also not an overnight success because they probably put 500 pieces of art on Tumblr or 100 before the one went viral. And the important thing is too, when someone goes viral right like that, they likely are popular because people go to their profile and say, wow, look at all this other stuff they made that's equally good. Like one thing might take off, but it's important to have all of that back stock. And something I learned from Alex Beeden also, who is a business coach for personal brands, is like, when someone discovers you, like let's say like stumble across you on Instagram or your blog or your YouTube channel, they want to be able to click on your profile and see that you've had all of this other content for them to enjoy. And you know, there's like tons of videos for them, and they can get like absorbed into your work that way. It's never about like, oh, I made one thing and then I was famous, or I made one thing and then I was like financially stable with art. So even those people who get like Tumblr famous, they have like so much art to share, and then they build true fans that way who say, wow, I really like this person's style or their sense of humor or their use of color, what have you. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope that whoever sent that comment sees this. I'll probably have to DM them and say, hey, I answered your question in a video, but I did reply to them directly too, because I was like, just keep at it. Don't worry too much about all that. So yeah, I hope that can help one of you out there. I think if I would have concentrated on the financial aspect of it a lot, it wouldn't have become my job necessarily, because there are a lot of risks I have taken, or like products I've designed, for example, that I just thought would be really, really fun. Like my pins, for example. And I didn't really know. I was like, I hope this makes me money. I hope I sell all of these. And I mostly did it for the enjoyment and like the pure excitement of being able to like hold that product in my hand. And then it worked out well. So there are so many things that if I went about them with the goal of making money, it wouldn't have been successful. Same thing with the abstract collection. I really didn't know if anyone would respond to that, but like I did not care, because I felt like those pieces needed to come out of my brain and out of my hands so badly that I was like, even if everyone hates these, I really liked the process and liked the end result. Even just liking the process is enough. So yeah, that's where I will end that. I hope it is helpful. I am currently waiting for my pizza to cook. Yesterday was 2 weeks dairy free. I feel like I'm talking about that so much, but it's just like an interesting new thing for me to try out, like going to that vegan place. And this pizza I'm having is actually vegan. I didn't realize the sausage is like meatless. They call it gourmet meatless sausage. Okay, actually this is what I'm having. This Dio one. And it's really funny because I feel like being vegan is such a big trend right now that a ton of the YouTubers I watch, like a lot of them have become vegan or like share their experiences. So I'm already familiar with like a ton of these brands. So when I go to Sprouts, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Like, let me get that. So this is what I'm waiting to cook. And despite being dairy free, I have not tried like any vegan cheeses, because I really wanted to like break the habit of my cheese obsession, because I love cheese so much, but I really wanted to try and break that habit. And tonight I'm working and Jake's not here, so I figured I would try it, treat myself. I will check back in with a verdict, and then I'll probably close out the vlog. Who am I? I think I have become a product of the internet, eating vegan pizza and drinking a La Croix, which I once despised like 1 week ago. But I will admit it's delicious in certain flavors. Review on this. I never thought I would say this, but I don't know if I missed the cheese. Like, eating cheese, very strange. I don't know if I need it. Like, I kind of like the freshness of just eating like meat with vegetables. So this is like good in its own. I had to nuke it a little bit to melt more. But it was good, but I don't know if I need the cheese. That's all. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I am going to finish up my food, finish watching Nicole Guerrero's latest vlog. She started daily vlogging, which I love. And then I'm gonna do some emails and work. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being along on my 100-day project, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Until then, I'm sending all of my positive and creative vibes your way.